Okay, we're going to go the other way now with these um, multivalent. They're really easy to write because you already got the charge. We don't have to figure anything out. This tells me that it's copper 1 plus. So copper with a 1 plus charge. Sulfide, I need to recognize IDE is just the ion. So sulfur with an ion. Sulfur is in group 16, and so it can form a 2 minus charge. If I have copper with a 1 plus and sulfur with a 2 minus, that means I need another copper 1 plus so that I have a neutral compound. And the way that I write my formula then would be Cu2S. That's how I would have a neutral compound from those species. Copper 2 means copper 2 plus. By the way, these are always positive. You're not going to see any negative metals, so they're always positive. Sulfate is different than sulfide because sulfate indicates that this is a polyatomic. I just looked that up. I looked that up on my polyatomic ions chart, and I see that it is SO4 2 minus. I've thrown in this little bit here at you just because we typically see copper sulfate as hydrates, one form or another. So what I do is I make my formula. 2 plus and 2 minus here are going to balance. So we end up with CuSO4 is copper 2 sulfate. The heptahydrate just means that when that forms, some water got trapped in there. How many water? I don't know. Hydrate means water. This hepta is my clue. Hepta in this case means 7 waters. So CuSO4 7H2O. The dot is only ever there in the formula. That just shows that it's copper sulfate with water trapped. The water's not part of the compound, okay? It's just trapped in there. Zinc is one that we always think of. It should be a polyatomic, and a multivalent ion. When I look at zinc, it's not group 1 or group 2, so I think, okay, this one might have multiple charges, but when I look it up, I find out that zinc is only ever 2 plus, which means I actually don't need any Roman numerals here. So it's just zinc, and I look it up, it's 2 plus. Carbonate is CO3, which is 2 minus, so again in this case it's 1 to 1, and my formula ends up being zinc carbonate.